Man.
What a time.
It's a great time.
Yeah, what a time. What a time. Episode 123.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Transferable Experience Podcast, or the TEP. We here with the gang. Gang's in the building. What's up, brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Y'all doing all right, man? How's life?
Life is life, man.
Yeah.
Life is life.
Life is life, for sure.
Yeah, man. It's going well. You know, this week was a holiday week, so my holiday weeks be all kind of bunched up together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it went by pretty quickly. Coming off a birthday weekend, man.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, man. And shout out to y'all, man. Hey. I appreciate y'all for the surprise party.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to talk about it.
We didn't get to talk about it.
Yeah, man. Did a surprise party, man, and
were you truly surprised?
I was truly surprised. I kept telling Bree because she was like, I don't think I feel like you knew. I really didn't know, but like my intuition is really good, so I kept like having the urge to like ask about certain things because I'll be like, well, why is this like off, or why does this feel off? Like whenever I went to go pick her up, Emery was at home with her, with my sister them, and we was about to leave, and I was like, hey, we out right now. Call them to see if they want something to eat, and we can just pick up like some pizza or something on the way home. And she was like, nah, we'll just wait till we get home. And I was like, why would we wait when we already out? Right. Like, just call them. And so that was like one thing, but I kind of like brushed it off because I was like, I was kind of tired anyway. And I was like, once I get home, I ain't leaving anyway, so it ain't me. And then like earlier in the week, she kept asking me like if I wanted to do something, like if I wanted to invite everybody over to the house on Saturday. And I was like, I really don't care. Like, I don't really care. And then we came and recorded, and at night I was like, hey, if y'all ain't got nothing to do,
you did say that,
then pull up.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, well, like, it was like, yeah, I got something to do. Like, my whole weekend is booked. And I was like, well, I applied that to everybody. And I was like, yeah, that's cool or whatever. But, yeah, no, I was like thoroughly surprised. Like, I had like no inkling that something was going on, like at all. So it was cool, man. I really appreciated that. I don't really do parties. I'm not a party type of guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. You know, like I haven't really did a lot of surprise parties myself. Like I haven't been to surprise. I ain't never been on the receiving or giving end. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
All right, good.
Anyways, but no, you know what's funny? Like even before last, that was wild. That was crazy. But look,
hey yo.
Okay, not the last episode, but the episode before that when I asked you like what you doing for your birthday, and oh my bad, and then you had said what you just said. You was like, well, I'm not really a party guy. I don't really do nothing like that. He said, but you was like, I can come through if you want to. And this is before I knew that we was even giving you a surprise party. I was like, because he was asking me what I was doing. I said, I'm probably going to pull up on my homeboy for his birthday. I was going to pull up anyway. We probably were just going to sit there.
Yeah, and I was about to say, just chill. Like,
do what we really did, just without the surprise.
Yeah.
But then when Ed reached out to me and let me know that's what they was planning for you, I was like, oh, okay. I was going over there anyway. Yeah. You know? But it was nice to be the person surprising you, man. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That escalated into a surprise because I had initially said, hey, I want like you do like a dinner or just go over there or something. And then your sister was the one. She was like, I think it should be a surprise. I think he'll really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Because I was just going to say, well, let's just all go over there and don't tell them we're going to go over there. But like, just show up.
Yeah, just show up. Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I'm going to say it's a surprise, but we just going to show up.
And just be there.
And that be it. But she wanted the surprise component. I was like,
okay. Right. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I definitely was surprised, man. I came around that corner because it was so quiet in there. I noticed a lot of stuff. Like, no matter where I'm at, I just noticed, like, every little thing. And so whenever I first walked in, like, the TV volume was down. But, like, from the garage, I can see a little bit of the screen on the TV. So I seen that it was on. And I was like, dang, it's quiet in here. And then Emery came running around the corner. And I was like, well, where my sister at? Like, why is he just running around here and like it's quiet? Yeah. And so at that time, like, I'm like gearing up to go off because I'm like, I know that she ain't leave him in here.
Right.
And then I gave them to Bree, and I like kept walking, and I started seeing stuff on the counter. And I was like, bro, what's going on here? And right when I was about to say that, y'all said surprise. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I literally like had to catch myself. 'Cause I was about to go off, bro. I was like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. And that's why I like look back at Bree. I was like, man, hey.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah. I thought the football games on the TV would have gave it away. And I was trying to keep the balloons like in our area. Because I didn't want you to see the balloon and be like, oh, what's that balloon? Oh, you know what I mean? And I was like, man. I'm glad it worked out.
I think that was my fourth surprise party I've been a part of.
Like,
I haven't been. That was my first one as an adult, though.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
I've never been to any.
I think that might have been my second.
It used to be a thing back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always been a dream of mine. I always love a surprise party.
Like you want one?
Yeah, but it's kind of weird to say I want to.
I'm about to say no. Now I'm like, if I do want to do one, it's probably gonna be a.
Yeah,
but Ed would be a hard person to surprise. I think you'd be a hard person to surprise. Unless we just take you out to eat first. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You just got to take him out to eat first.
You got to disarm me.
Because, you got to disarm me. Yeah, you got to disarm me. You got to disarm me for sure.
Because, I just always.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard because you actually plan your birthdays. Like, you plan your birthdays in advance.
Yeah, he do.
Like, I'm going to do this. Typically, it's like, I'm for sure going to go eat. Like, I'm going to go eat for my birthday.
But if you was at a dinner, say we was at a dinner with Ed, right? And, in the dinner you be talking, but once you see everybody getting done, everybody start talking about what happens next.
Yeah.
If you tell Ed, like, oh, we just going to go back to your crib.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know if he'd be all right with that. He'd be like,
it might not be going back to his crib.
Yeah,
like it might just be
you
like,
gotta take him away from that.
Yeah, you just gotta be like, you just gotta be like, oh yeah, we should go here to this place because like I heard it was like such and such, and then, but even then, if he like see that we ain't going to,
I'm about to say the name of the place. I'm pretty familiar with the stuff.
I'm about to say,
Dallas,
you can't tell him a place.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, oh, we ain't even going that way. Yeah.
Or we could just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it'll have to be something, but obviously it ain't gonna be this year because we talking about
somewhere.
it.
It had to be at somewhere, maybe not like at somebody's house.
Yeah.
At somewhere. That's what it had to be. Me, you could tell me you surprising me, and I'm still that surprised because I just like to play along.
Yeah,
I'm a participant.
As somebody went through all the effort, I'm gonna play along too. I'm not gonna I know what this is. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't like doing it.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna react the same way I react.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm about to say, I think that's why like it was such a. Were you really surprised? Because my reaction was just like a.
That boy was like, wow, yeah. Let's take a shot.
Yeah, like let's do it. But I also like I don't like to be like the center of attention. So like,
I remember you said that too.
Yeah, so when stuff like that happen, I just be like, I don't know what y'all want me to do. Like I don't know how to react. I don't know how surprised people react. I just be like, okay.
Okay.
That's what's up. Yeah. Everybody here, I appreciate it. But I definitely was fulfilled and felt good about that. So I appreciated it.
Nice. How you feeling about turning 29? Just before we move on, just got any words of wisdom?
Not from being 29. I mean, I don't feel no different, to be honest, man. Always, I think I said it the last time, it's like anytime my birthday is coming up in a year, like I kind of reflect on just everything all the way up to the point that I'm at. But I think in these last few years, for I guess a quote unquote word of wisdom, something that's been kind of like constant in my life is just kind of like just let go and trust the process. Whatever step you take is a step towards whatever your like goals are, no matter what it is, if you put an intention into it. So, and that's really what everything's been for me my whole life basically, but it's really been like amplified in these last few years. Yeah.
Right.
That's it. Cool. I don't feel nothing.
Cool.
All right.
Ed, your life?
It's been good, man. I've been getting my mind and some logistics together for my move next week.
Oh yeah.
So I've just been doing that. Yeah, man, getting all that together, making sure. You gotta do stuff, make some calls,
that little stuff. Yeah.
Then I'm running into this issue because I'm living in a brand new apartment where like my address don't exist and stuff yet.
Oh yeah.
Because I tried to do a change of the address with the post office, and they said, "Yeah, I don't see it. It couldn't. It wouldn't accept my address. They said it couldn't be found." And I was like, "That might be an issue."
Yeah. You might have to like wait until like right before you move in. That's how it was with ours, but ours was like the address that we have. It was under another name. So like our address is like a flower name. It was just another flower, but it was still like the actual numbers. So it might be that too. You might have to look into that. So like if you look, say for instance, if you look at the map, and I'll use like Orange or Roseline for example. If my address is like 1300 Orchid Street, that's what I was given as my address, but the name that they had on there was Bridal Wreath. And so that's what I guess that they named it beforehand, just so they can have like a placeholder. And then once they came up with the actual name, that's what they put like to USPS basically. So it might be that too, just like a placeholder. I don't know.
Hey, man.
I don't know.
Down, all right.
Hey, I got you. I got you. That in between can be hard sometimes.
But yeah, and then I'm gonna start packing Monday, and just pack every day after work instead of working out. So probably try to pack for 3 hours a day, and then I'm gonna see where I'm at. If I have to take, if like Wednesday, I don't feel like I'm in a good spot, I'm gonna just take Thursday off too.
Right.
So I can pack all day Thursday to be ready to move Friday. Because I want that to go by quick.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. In my mind, I'm either oversimplifying it or I don't know. Because I don't think it's going to be that bad.
Moving?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's probably decent.
I'm gonna say you got a lot of people helping.
Yeah, you got a lot of people helping. So you'll be all right.
It shouldn't be too bad.
We'll make sure.
Going right down the street, too. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be pretty good. I haven't moved in a while, man.
Yeah, moving is tough. I
haven't moved. I was used to moving every year now. I lived in this place for 2 years, so it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I applaud people that live in their apartments for more than a year because
I was looking at my stuff. I be looking at my stuff around here. I'd be like, man, one day I'm gonna have to pack it all up. You know, we've been here for 3 years. I'd be like, man, I'm gonna have to pack it all up one of these days. Which is funny because it's like the last time I moved with nothing. Like, when I moved from New York, I had clothes and stuff, but I had like a leeway. I was just mailing stuff off. I got like pack it up in a box. Orange, Texas. I just kept sending it to my mama courier. I say, just stack it up. Because I had to fly home. So I was like, I got to get to the point where I ain't really traveling with nothing.
Yeah.
So like every week, this definitely quarantine pandemic time, you know, when I was getting my unemployment, my little stipends every week.
Yeah.
So every time I got paid, I just packed 2 or 3 boxes up.
Yeah.
Take them, send them off. It got to the point where all I had was really the duffel bag and the stuff I was flying in. And that was good. That was good. I didn't have no concrete stuff. All I had was clothes.
Yeah.
So the last time I moved was pretty light. The next time will be pretty heavy.
Nothing.
Hey, I got a whole lot of everything. But yeah, but no. I'm always the person helping people move. That's why it's like routine for me.
That's why I was like, I'm not really
Yeah.
phased on moving. I move pretty often.
Yeah, you do.
But that's kind of been it for me, man. Just getting everything in order for that. It was only a 3-day work week for me.
Oh yeah, because
today day off.
Yeah, so
did y'all do anything for the holiday?
Us?
What holiday was it?
Labor Day. Did y'all take advantage of that day off?
No,
next day.
I didn't do nothing.
No, you didn't do nothing.
I think that Monday was my Sunday.
Oh,
because Sunday I didn't do much of anything.
Oh, so Monday we went to
the range.
To the range.
And then
y'all went to the range?
Yeah, we went to the gun range. And then after that, I ran all my errands for the day. Like, had to go to the grocery store, get some gas. And get a car wash, just do stuff. That's part of my errands. I'll get a car wash.
I washed my car last week too. Last weekend too.
I don't know. Last time I washed my car.
No,
I got a water hose and a bucket and all that.
I needed that. I needed that car wash. Like the dirt was sticking to my, like it wasn't coming off.
Yeah.
I didn't go today though, but yeah, I typically go Fridays when I go. But I'm gonna be on the road this weekend too. That's why I was kind of like, you know, it just cars just don't survive the highway.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of been it for me. Just doing that. Like I said, I got a plan to pack. Just getting that done. I got all my logistics out the way. It was a 3-day work week. We did the benefits. You know, you do open enrollment, man.
Oh man.
Just you look at the family stuff. You're like, nah, it's just me.
Just me.
I be looking at crazy stuff. I be thinking about the craziest. I'm like, well, I don't really get sick like that, but you know.
Yeah, we had a few different options, man. And
it's that grown up stuff like that.
yeah, it was definitely some adult stuff.
Yeah.
I miss those days when I can be like, nah, I don't need it. I'm still on my parents. Like, that was the best time ever, bro.
Oh Lord.
And then there was that one year I was like, nah, no, I actually got to do it now.
Yeah.
Got to read through everything.
Yeah.
Google a few things just so you understand it for sure.
See what's best for you.
What's best for you? What you think your life gonna be like?
See what that copay gonna be like.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm about to say, when I see my monthly compared to, they say, whatever spouse family, I saw a number that was in the $20 range, jumped to 300 something. I was like, God, dog.
I pay $280 a check for me and Emery. Yeah,
That mug hit you.
yeah.
It hit you.
I got a question, but I ain't gonna ask you right now. Somebody else just left the fend for themselves.
Nah, she got insurance, and it has to be like, I thought it had to be like somebody you married to. It has to be like you have to be legally married to put them. It has to be your child or somebody you legally married to be on your health insurance. Not sure how true that is, but I'm pretty sure that's how I go. But also, I asked her if she wanted to be on it, and she was like, "No, like I'm good." I was like, "All right." I'm glad because it would have went from 280 to like 4 or something a check.
Yeah. Actually, you know, after I had lost my job, I still got the coverage I got to the end.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of good. I can kind of go knock out the rest of the stuff I need to go knock out.
Yeah.
They did look out for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I just been on. Just doing a lot of interviewing, man. It feel like dating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feel like dating. I've been talking about myself a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
not used to doing that.
you know, well, yeah, I'm not. You know, I'm a grateful person.
Yeah.
Humble, whatever. I've been talking about myself a lot, and just like I'm just finding new ways to frame things. Like, I did this, but that led to this, that led to that. Just a lot of conversations on the phone, a lot of phone calls, a lot of Zooms.
Yeah. Microsoft
Teams, just talking about myself, and they all been pretty good. You know, some stuff is like more attractive than others. You know.
Yeah.
You know how you got it's like, man, this chick cool, but like I don't know if she really for me. You know what I mean? It's like that with a job. Like, yeah, that job cool. I don't know if it's really for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I stay there.
Yeah. Nah, for real.
That's funny.
You know, it's temporary.
Yeah.
That's funny. Me.
Might stay for a check and then dip out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I can.
Like, dude, this got an expiration date. Yeah, it probably do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've been dealing with, and just like the motivation. You know what I'm saying? Just staying motivated, because you can find yourself in moments of stillness, right, where you just like, I don't feel like doing nothing. You know what I mean? You just think about everything you got to do and the stuff that you got to scratch back from. You know what I mean? Like, some people look at that as a hindrance. You know, I kind of get motivated from it. You know, look at the bright side of it. So that's kind of like what I've been on. You know, that's really what my life, man. I've been working out, utilizing my days. Come home. I'm finally reading the books in my shelf now. You know what I'm saying? You get to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, let me just start occupying my mind. You know what I mean? Because some of the other things want your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So many distractions, you can fall off into a lot of stuff, which I have. You know what I'm saying? Which I have. Look, hey, I'm an honest man. Transferable experience, you know.
Which I have.
Which I have, you know. Hey, Being honest, being real.
Yeah,
and then you gotta just, get back focused. You know what I mean? You know how I kind of been like focused because I really ain't been listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't listening to music today. I ain't know none of them albums y'all was talking about. Except Tizo, I knew his, but I ain't even been listening to just like my day to day stuff. It's just been like, I don't know. I guess like because like to me it's like attached to like emotion and wanting to feel something. You know what I mean? I really ain't had a feeling that I wanted to feel. Like I don't know what I want to feel like throughout the day.
Yeah.
So I can't find a song to match it.
Yeah.
So I ain't just been listening to music. Kind of just been me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And you just start thinking about stuff like that. I guess that's how I consume it. You know, like some people listen to it to motivate themselves, blah blah blah. But if I'm feeling a certain way, I usually got a song to match it. You know what I'm saying? And finding the feelings in these last couple of weeks that's been difficult. Yeah, you know what I mean. Not like arduous, but just like it ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it's kind of been like for me for sure. You know?
Yeah. No, I understand. I mean, sometimes it be like that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm the type of person that sometimes I don't even work out to music.
Yeah. I've had that.
You just don't have nothing that like
that matches it.
And your mind, like sometimes like your body and your mind to tell you like, now's not the time for that. Like I'm not, it just ain't the time for that sometimes. That's funny though. You say you started reading all of the books on your shelf now. Bro, I got so many books I haven't read. I can't tell you the last time I read a book. And I say every month, man, I need to like read something. I haven't read none.
I look at the books every day. You know what I'm saying? Like every day. I got like 3 of them that I've already read before. But it's like the other ones are like I look at them books.
Somebody told me they read a chapter a night before they go to bed. I was like, that's a healthy habit.
It is. It's a very healthy habit.
Just read a chapter so you don't get too lost in, but you it's enough to where it don't consume too much of your time.
Yeah, I know somebody that do like a book a month. Like they do a book a month. They read a book a month. I was like, man, that's nice. Yeah. That's nice. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Ed, I cut you off.
So I think I like that. That's just a chapter a day. Mm-hmm. Like you don't finish the book eventually, but it ain't like a rush.
Yeah, and that's pacing. That's pacing.
I know somebody that see how many pages is in that mug, divide it up by a certain amount of days, and read that many pages a day.
Oh dang!
It's a accelerated reader right there.
Yeah, that's okay, man. That's
a different way of life.
Yeah, I learned a lot from him because he definitely just like he one of those people that. He read to like be able to like be on top of everything. He's like a black man's black man. Oh, yeah. So he just like history, you know what I'm saying, culture, all of that good stuff. So, but he was like, man, this book got 300 pages. I want to read it in 30 days. That's what 20 pages a day. I was like, okay,
that's a different way to approach reading.
Yeah, it is.
It's like,
I got my mark.
Yeah, that's a hard stop too. It's just
like you might be in the midst of something.
So
I could never get down.
And then you gotta do the math every day.
Yeah, you gotta do the math every day.
I guess you just gonna go through and mark them so you know this is where I need to stop.
Had them little sticky tabs on there. Yeah,
I was never like notes in the book person. I wasn't never a notes in the book.
That or highlighting because I always say, when you gonna go back to that? When you gonna go back to that page that you just did all that too?
You be highlighting?
I'm about to say I got all the books that I've read. I have like I got sticky notes in the books from like stuff that like I read it and then I had a thought about it and then I wrote the thought down.
I was about to ask you what be on the note, like what the note be?
Yeah, for me it really be like it's something that like if I read something and it like spark a thought in my brain and I'm like, oh man, like I put 2 and 2 together, or it's just like, oh man, this is how I think about what I just read, and I just like write that down and just have it on that page. I don't really go back to it no times, but it's always good to like, in my mind, if you think about something and you write it down, you remember it, and that's like
I guess it depends on the type of learner you are. Some people think that's tactile.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm that way with words. Like if I'm reading a book and the word come across, I'm like, oh, that's a nice word. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the definition. Yeah, and I look at the sentence they use. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
And then I try to use the sentence in my head, like, oh, so if I say, and that's
I do that a lot. If it's a word I don't know,
I go look at
pause.
Pause. Yeah, because that one word could be what I'm missing out of that whole.
Yeah, you know what that means.
Now you know what that means.
Because it's gonna come up multiple times, so you gotta like kind of use your context clues to
yeah, for sure. But yeah,
you do learn a lot from being well read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do.
It's funny because like I say it all the time that like what
I was about to say when we said off mic about like writing.
Yeah,
like how I was not saying that you don't read. I'm not saying, but I know like when I was a kid, I read a lot and I was that way.
Yeah,
I think I attribute a lot of my writing skills to the fact that I read
a lot. Yeah,
and they usually go ahead and you speak well too. If you speak well, you probably read well.
Yeah, I didn't like as a kid. I ain't read either. I only read enough to get AR points so that I can go on the trip.
There you go.
That was me. And it wasn't big thick books. It was Junie B. Jones and Hank the Cowdog. It wasn't
Henry and Mud.
Yeah, and every now and then Captain Underpants.
Had them little sports books that be half a point too.
Yeah,
I forgot.
And I was
Bernstein Bears. Hey, that was my jams.
Yeah.
I left them about second grade.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't lead them to second grade.
Well, that's cool.
Bernstein Bears.
That's cool.
I say in middle school, I was still on a few of those Tom Thumb and.
I wasn't reading them Treehouse books like that. I don't know if y'all remember them Treehouse books.
You probably have to give me a name.
I have to give you a name.
Dang, kids used to be so smart, bro. People used to carry around the books they was reading and have them on the desk with their bookmark in them.
Yeah.
Because we had some readers like that where they always had a book with them.
I remember I got in trouble for reading in class.
Yeah.
Like reading another book in class. Yeah, I got in trouble for that.
Yeah,
I used to
be readers, bro.
Yeah, I used to,
That's
bro.
good.
People that used to read like Harry Potter.
Up now. Yeah.
See,
that was me. I stopped after the third one though because I started getting too long.
I could never get into it. And Harry Potter books.
Oh yeah,
all of the big thick books.
I read all of them.
Yeah, I stopped after 3.
I tried that.
Azkaban, I stopped.
Yeah, I tried it one time, bro. I was like, man, let me check out this Harry Potter book. I sat in that bunk bed, bro, and read them first 2 pages. I was like, there's no way.
Now what I like too, but my jam was a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
Them was me.
Yeah, I didn't really read those.
I did. I didn't. I got to like 10. I didn't get to 11.
Mm-hmm. Is that the one you can read out of order?
No.
Oh, am I thinking about Lemony Snicket?
That is that, but you can't read them out of order.
No, it's one that you can like. Man, okay, I go ahead.
I'm about to say I have no idea
because they all correlated, and now you couldn't read them out of order.
Yeah, Goosebumps. I used to read.
Oh, Goosebumps.
I ain't rock with Goosebumps.
It was always the books that was like 1 point to like 2. One to like 3 points because they not
too
long.
much stress on yourself, huh?
Nah, man, because I like, especially back then, bro. I had like a short attention span, so I never wanted to like sit down. And it was back in the day where like kids like really went outside, and I was like outside. Like as soon as I get home, throw my backpack down, I'm going outside in my school clothes. So I just never was like the type of kid that would just like read unless like I was in trouble. That's the only time
I used to read.
Yeah,
I wasn't like
these not the ones.
It was some people that was like super duper, like the elite, like everybody had that class, that one person.
Yeah,
yeah. I wasn't on that level, but I was a pretty decent reader. I had to read some stuff to get my AR goals.
I will, you know what? I will give a shout out to my little group of friends. At least in middle school, we read a lot. We read a lot.
So that's around the time I stopped reading in middle school.
Me and the guys I was around, we read a lot. Like we used to like wait for people to finish that book so I can get it. Like we was that kind of person. We was that kind of group.
Man, Dragon Boys.
Man, that's live. Man. That's my book. That's
I was
me.
on that kind of stuff.
What book?
Pendragon.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna know that.
We read that. We read Artemis Fowl. We read.
Was there something called Aragon too? Huh?
I didn't like Aragon, but that one was good.
They ended up making a movie out of it.
Yeah, all those little books got a movie except Pendragon. I'm mad about that. Maximum Ride got a movie.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. But anyways, I'm sorry. I detracted this, but no.
Man, don't be sorry.
That book stuff ain't for you.
Not back then.
Not back then.
I'm about to say back then, like literally, bro. I was just like a kid's kid. I was just like,
is that what you had to do? That was one of your hobbies.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Sports Connection, and I wanted to play phaser tag.
That was like going to the club.
Yeah, bro. You got pizza. You got
remember Man's?
Yeah, man.
Red City.
Yeah,
I don't know how they shut down
because people stopped really going.
Dang.
Oh, was it after the hurricane?
I think it was Hurricane.
Yeah.
They didn't have no competition.
Yeah, that was the only
that's-
one until you got to like Port Arthur.
Yeah.
So unless that, I would say that insurance check may have been too good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like, forget it.
yeah,
Take this or open back up. And when are we
Yeah.
going to make this
Yeah,
much?
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, you know, I will say this. Most of my reading I did was like in school.
Yeah, I must say, I didn't read that much
I didn't
outside of
outside.
school.
It was like in
myself.
school read. Like I used to be like, I don't know, because like back then, I say back then, that's when like the schoolwork was still kind of easy to me. So it's like you get done with that stuff in like 15 minutes, and you still got 30, 40 minutes left in class. Like, oh, we'll just read, talk, and read. Be reading, talk,
Yeah,
read some more. That's what I did most of my.
yeah. I was a math kid.
Definitely did most of my reading.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
like a
Yeah.
I think only in middle school was the first time I started reading really, because that's I guess when I was deepest into it.
Yeah, I think middle school when I was the deepest.
So I read outside.
Middle school and in college because I had to read. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
choice.
That was different though. The purpose was different. You know
I'm about to say, yeah, I started reading after school, like after I graduated, and I like wasn't reading for college or nothing. I was like literally reading for
I
recreation.
started reading for sale.
Yeah, because I was like,
independent study.
yeah, I literally like, it was one of them situations where I think you might have put me on the book. Somebody put me on The Alchemist, and I might have just like, it was you, yeah. Put me on The Alchemist. I read The Alchemist, bro, and I read that like twice, like back to back, and I was like, bro, this is amazing.
Ain't nothing like a good book, bro. As
It
I
was
think
amazing,
about it, bro,
bro.
that's a good.
When you got
get
a good book,
Yeah,
when you got a good book, you always want to read it.
Yeah.
Like, any free time you get.
That's how I
Yeah.
know if I really enjoy something.
Yeah.
Like, because if I'm compelled, like, oh, let me tap back in.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, oh,
I'm gonna get back to it.
yeah.
I read The Alchemist, and then
That was good.
that was a really good
That was a good one. I remember y'all talking about that one a lot.
that was a really good book.
Did we
Like,
go from there to Four Agreements?
we went from there to
Everybody
Four
read that
Agreements,
one. Everybody
and
read
then
We low-key
from
used to have a 2-man book club, bro.
yeah, like and it was fun because it was like the books we was reading was like really good, and we went from The Alchemist to the Four Agreements, from the Four Agreements to The Mastery of Love, and then I think I read. Cause I was like reading at home, like I was reading at work. That's when I got into like audio books and like reading books on my phone. I was like, yeah, I did that. I read Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. That was like a really good book. I read that like later on. And then I read like some like hood books.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I read
the
a
same
few.
books.
Huh?
The same books.
I don't think I read a Zane book. My daddy put me on one book though, and that mug was pretty fire. And then he put me on what is it called? Man, it's on my phone. I'll look it up. But he put me on one book. That mug was hard because it was like a 3 or 4. Oh man, that was
You know
hard.
what? Yes.
Yeah, it was hard, but I really got deep into like the self-help bag. Like it was just, I was like really, really into the self-help bag.
I miss when we used to read books together. That make you, I don't know, that kind of help keep you accountable too.
Yeah.
I think
I've always wanted to like get back into that.
Oh, I wish you would have said that.
we was reading Message to a Black Man too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I finished that. I read,
I got that one in the room.
I was about to say, I read that. I read How to Eat to Live.
How to Eat
I
to
read,
Live. Yep. I think
that's right here. I got the Supreme Wisdom.
I know everybody in this house read Four Agreements.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, that went around.
Yeah, that one went around. That one went around. That
But
was
bro, that was I like doing that with you when we was reading, man.
Yeah.
I had found peace when we was reading that Four Agreements run.
Yeah. Four Agreements,
Like I
The
had a
Mastery
different
of
level of peace.
Love.
I started looking at life a little different.
Yeah, like, and that was, and it was funny because, like, not to get too deep, but like, that was like when we had just like graduated, or I had just graduated, so you was like a sophomore in college, but like, we started reading, and I'm just like, dang, life ain't just what I see around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I started like looking at people differently. I stopped reacting to people. That's when I started changing my attitude.
there you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Like those are the things I write down on my sticky notes. You know what I'm saying? It's just those type of things. And then whenever we read The Mastery of Love, like right after the Four Agreements, bro, when they told that story, I was like, I don't know. I don't remember where I was. I just remember putting the book down, and I was like, "Wow,
You like,
Yeah.
wow."
I still live by that stuff. And
Yeah,
I
like-
still love.
Yeah, man. Like it was one story he told about. He was like these people they was dating, and this guy like he took his heart out his chest and gave it to the girl, and it was like, you know, I love you. This is how much I love you. And like she like dropped that mug or like lost it or broke the heart. And it was like basically saying, don't place your love into or your love for yourself into the hands of somebody else, something like that. But it was really good. It told that story. It told a story about how like what God is, and it was just a whole bunch of different things, man. And it just started making me like kind of look at life way, way differently. But that's when a lot of stuff started going way better in my life, like way better.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact it was because I changed like the way that I thought about stuff and the way that everything
you
was.
perceive things.
Yeah.
That's what changed.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to get back on that.
Went from half empty to half full.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I do. Man, I miss read. I haven't felt that satisfaction because it's only a satisfaction you get from a good book.
Yeah.
But I think for me, what hurt me was that the last few books I read I didn't like, so they kind of was killing my momentum.
Were they recommended books or books you just?
You sent me one. I didn't like that book about was it Whole Foods and how it was created?
no, that wasn't me.
You sent me a book. It was Whole Foods or Trader Joe's.
It wasn't me.
It was a book by the guy who created one of those places or a place like that. And he just said how they started in like Austin or somewhere with a grocery store. I'm telling you, it's you because you just sent it to me.
Well, why didn't you like the book?
Yeah.
It just, the way it was structured, like he like, I don't know. He was kind of trying to give his principles and stuff.
No, okay.
Instead of telling the story.
How it happened.
Yeah,
okay.
And what he learned along the way. But he
you
was
wanted
like,
to? Okay, I see.
it was way too, okay, so I've always had these 7 key things. And he just give one of the keys, and then he might relate something that happened.
He didn't tie it back together or nothing?
Yeah, it wasn't a story.
Oh, no.
But it was like, I didn't like how it was structured. Then I read Digital Minimalism by Kyle Newport. And it was cool, but it just wasn't the greatest.
Okay.
So like that's why I said my momentum had kind of died after that.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
But I do have some books. If I wanted to start back, I got some books I haven't read yet.
Yeah.
I was about to say I have.
I got about 2 or 3.
I got a good 3 in there.
I got a whole.
Yeah, I got it.
Y'all seen my little office? Yeah, I got a lot of books.
You got a lot of books.
But yeah, I got into like a real self help bag, like
That's what I was just about to
Think
say.
and Grow Rich.
Yeah, I forgot
The
that
7 Habits of
Highly Effective People.
Yeah, and then the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. I read that one. Yeah,
I think the last book I read was this book called Evicted, and it was about like it's gonna sound so boring, but it was about like housing policies in Milwaukee, right? But the way that they it kind of what on a macro level, what it talks about is just how hard it is to sustain living spaces in like big cities across the country and period. But the case study was done in Milwaukee, and it's an ethnographic novel, which means that like it highlights these issues, but it uses real life stories to highlight the issue. Kind of like what Ed said, kind of like how he wished it was more of a story, like, oh, here's Julius and he got evicted, but you know because of this law, blah blah blah, you never get a house. You know they talked about all that different stuff. It was talked like one of the stories about like a black woman who was a landlord. She had 3 apartments that she oversaw, and her husband was like a retired like gangster, or whatever. He just worked at the mill, but they used their money to like And she talks about like all the hardships she had with like evicting people and they try to tap her apartment, or like people that look for an apartment that don't really got the money, but she want to look out for her people. But and then they talk about trailer parks and stuff like that. That's the last book I read. That was a really good book. Yeah, and that's why I was highlighting it because I feel like, when I was a kid, of course, I read more fiction. You know what I mean? Like things that like piqued my imagination. You know what I'm saying? And I used to say this in college. I used to say that like, I feel like I lost my imagination. We talked about this. We got an episode called Imagination.
Yep. One of my favorite episodes.
That's one of my favorite episodes. We kind of talked about this. And I know a lot of my imagination and like my wonder about the world came from books at first. You know what I mean? I mean, we had cartoons and in movies and stuff, but like I know books helped that a lot too.
Yeah.
And I realized, kind of like yourself, Bull, like when I got into college, I feel like those interests kind of shifted more to the self-help type of things. Because I got more concerned about real life than stuff that didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that tailored my taste. You know what I'm saying? And I like it though because it taught me a lot. Like when I read the 4 Agreements, I was like, this is some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's one of my favorite books of all time.
I still think about being like I say be impeccable with your word. I say it to myself like every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's something I like go back to on a daily basis.
Out of all those, that's the one I go back to a lot. Like, man, just say what you mean what you say. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste your words. You know? Like, so
I think whenever I got into reading, that's where like a lot of my charisma came from. And like I said, I didn't read in like school and stuff like that. But once I started reading after we graduated, I like noticed my vocabulary like getting better. You know what I'm saying? And it felt really good. You know what I'm saying? To be able to like I ain't dumb, so I know what I want to say. I just don't know how to say it. I don't want to use like words that just, you know, you become more comfortable and more confident with the way that you speak.
Yeah, you do.
And that's what happened for me. And that made me more confident. And that made me want to like read way more on top of just changing my perception on stuff. But I could tell that once I stopped reading, it just,
you could tell.
It's like if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. That type of situation.
Because you can definitely tell when somebody well read by just speaking to them.
It ain't even just words, just like sentence structure, like syntax. I'm like, oh damn, they put that, like how they talk. I'm like, okay, I'm like, man, she got, or he or she, they got some books, you know, some under them. And you know what's funny? That's, you know, our friend group, right? I remember people, you know, outsiders, I guess, they be like, man, why y'all talk like that? One thing you said, like, well, I'm like, well, a lot of, you know, we kind of real read around here. You know what I mean? Like, everybody here kind of got a little scholastic, you know what I'm saying, like, thing to them. So, like you could speak it, and because I know I'm pretty real weird, I can understand what you're saying. Like, I don't feel threatened. Like, you know, I don't feel dumbed down or nothing like that. So, but reading's important because, like, it affects so many other things. How you write, how you speak, how you carry yourself, perception, like it spills over to so many more things. You know? I don't know what they doing in school these days, but I don't know nothing about the curriculum. But you know,
sounds so old, but
But you know what? Like Bull said before, like it kind of did start off with just wanting to make the AR go, so I can go to the ice cream party.
That was it
on Friday. Like, dang,
I want to miss it.
Hey, you see everybody get up and like, okay,
and
stop for the
bring
AR.
that dominoes in.
They be like, stop for the AR party.
It was ruthless in elementary school. Like they'll make the announcement over the
and everybody
they say your name.
They say your name,
and then you just stand up and leave.
Yeah. Everybody looking around. You come back to that mud, man.
Hey, they didn't come to lunch. They didn't come to lunch. They be in class after.
They in the auditorium.
But you still had some pretty good field trips.
Oh, man.
Nah, for real. Yeah. My favorite one was Sports Connection for sure.
Yeah,
that was like,
that
was a time.
That was a time.
And you be going all day. Like you get in there, you eat your breakfast, you get in your class, and then right at like 10 o'clock, everybody hop on that bus. You start seeing people stand up, put their bags in their books in their bag.
It be different. Well, I'm gonna see you later.
Yeah, all right, bro. I'm gonna see you on the bus. Phaser tag, bro.
But I remember we ate like for AR and stuff because I remember we went to some pretty good some restaurants to eat. They take us to eat in some restaurants in the morning.
Remember the little coupons? Into the 6 weeks, into the 9 weeks. It was 9 weeks.
Personal pan pizzas. That's why I like pan pizza to this day.
You can come up off the AR stuff. You can eat off that. Like,
I'm about to say, like, the whole family can eat. Like,
they used to get the stuff to Chula Vista, too. Yeah, you go get your enchilada, 2 enchiladas. Ooh.
Well, shut up. Ooh.
Personal opinion.
It was like incentivized. Then. Like, so you wanted to
I'm about
do
to say,
it.
them positive reinforcement.
It was positive reinforcement, man. Like,
and you might fall into something that you like.
And
like,
then I was about
And
to
then I say, then I remember in Bancroft, we had something where you got some type of form of tickets. And every so often they had like just this room full of like just fire. Where you could just go choose stuff based on your tickets for reading. They definitely tried to use positive reinforcement to establish.
They did.
Yeah.
That was so
reading.
that dang. Yep.
That was just positive reinforcement.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
That was.
Because I definitely like, it's funny because I never read like in the beginning, because it was like every 6 weeks or so.
Yeah.
And so I never read at the beginning of the 6 weeks. I would know when.
Yeah, everybody had kind of like.
Yeah, and so that's when I would go in and I would just like, I would spend. It's funny because I would like map out time and be like, I'm not going outside today.
Yeah,
I'm about to read this Junie B. Jones.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm about to read this Hank the Cow Dog real quick. And I might like fall into something that, you know what I'm saying? And that's the only time I could like stay up past my bedtime because I'm like reading. So my daddy come in there and be like, all right. Like,
hey, that last week of the 6 weeks, boy, that computer lab be deep.
But that computer lab
be
dumb.
It be deep. Everybody in there. Everybody in there.
Boy, that time I needed like 2 points. Boy, I got one of our classmates to go in there and take. He had already took a test for like one of the thick books. You know, that'd be like 12 points. I was like, hey, take that test for me.
I wish I could walk through my old elementary school.
Me too.
Because I know it's really small. But it looks so big.
I pass by there every time we go out there.
It was so big.
Every time we go out there, I go pass by. It's a church now.
Yeah, I know. I can't picture it now though, since it's a church. But
nothing changed. Like they didn't paint it or nothing. It still got the where the buses used to park. Still got that over there. Still got the jungle gym in the front, not the one that was in like the back. Still got the one in the front. Still got the little classes where the front office used to be. All of that.
Dang.
Yeah. It's
I would love to
crazy.
be able to walk through that.
It's crazy.
Because as a kid, it looked so big.
Everything was huge.
Yeah, it was so big. It was so.
And it really wasn't big.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have to be because we had 3 elementary schools.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Because the school wasn't. It was so small that they had permanent trailers. Those was trailers.
Oh yeah, outside. Yeah.
Because that was like where whole grades was 4th and 5th grade
was out there in the back, and kindergarten was that like first. Yeah. Oh man, that was great, bro.
I like memories. Man.
Yeah, man.
First was that? Yeah, bro. That was
you
nice.
See how it go when you.
That was nice.
Bring up that stuff that's like integral to your development.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ed said, positive reinforcement. Like, hey, who knows what kind of people we'll be without that? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real.
Nah, for real.
Nah,
you
for
know
real.
what I mean?
Because I know for sure that was the only reason I picked up a book.
See, now 6th grade was stressful because your AR goal was
affected your grade.
Yeah, it was like a massive
like
percent.
40%, 50% thing.
No, it was something that where if you didn't meet your AR goal, you pretty much wasn't gonna pass the class.
Really?
Yeah, with Miss Domus.
Oh, I didn't take Miss Domus. Yeah, see,
Domus.
by that time I was like, y'all was in the GT and I was over here on this hall.
Miss Domus for sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure. But you know what? Miss Domus was fine because like the book she had a class read, they always had a movie to go with them. And then like
we do something interactive with food.
Yeah, it was. But see, Miss Domus knew. She always had food. Like,
oh man,
Rich the Terabithia.
Yeah. Oh man.
Then we had to actually like make stuff. We had to all make bridges. I remember that.
Did you
with popsicle sticks? It was so hard.
Y'all didn't go see. Did y'all go see the play?
Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, because she took all of it. I thought y'all class was there.
Maybe
with us too.
I can't remember.
Yeah, because I think my 6th grade year when I had her, she took us to go see the play of Richard there with you. Because remember the dude died off the rope or whatever, and the rope was just hanging there. That was like the.
Oh, maybe that sounds familiar.
Yeah. I think you.
Maybe I'm just thinking about the book. I don't know which one.
I'm pretty sure y'all was there. But anyway. She was.
I think they had it. Oh yeah, I must have. They did have a movie.
They did have. I was about to say that's the only reason I know it because I seen the movie.
Oh, you didn't read it?
No.
Did y'all read Sound? We read Sounded too. Yeah. She gave the same books every year, but you know that stuff like that made it interactive.
Yeah, it's definitely like the teacher. Like it's definitely
them
the
teachers
teacher.
cared, bro.
Yeah,
they really
it's
did.
definitely the teacher.
Them teachers back then cared.
Because that's the only reason that like me liking. Well, I was always like good at math, but like me liking math and science, and I didn't really like social studies until probably like high school maybe. But me liking science and math was literally because of my teachers, especially in middle school.
Yeah,
I had Miss Lee for science.
Yeah, Miss Lee. What happened for science?
Yeah. I had Miss Hearn.
Yeah, I had Miss Hearn too.
Miss Hearn, yeah.
I had Miss Hearn.
I had Miss sixth grade. I had Miss Lee, and then for math, I had forgot her name.
Reeves?
Yeah,
No, that's what we had.
That's what y'all had. I had.
Who was the other man?
I think she passed away too. No, man, y'all know her name.
I didn't know the other
Miss Fuquay. Yeah. It was Miss Fuquay. Yeah,
I thought so. Miss Fuquay.
Yeah, so I had Miss Fuquay sixth grade and for math, and then I had Miss Lee for science, and they just cared, and that's the only reason that like I really like
they did
took to it, and I was like really good at it, and so they would tell me like you good, like just do this and this and that,
So
and
science,
they made it fun.
See, science my weakest subject. I never had a science teacher that made me love it.
I love science.
Dang.
I love science.
I like doing the stuff in Washburn class, I guess, but with the
like physics, and he did.
It was too late. It was too late by then.
Blow the balloon with the race
when we had to
cars
do all the
and
different
the egg,
stuff.
drop the egg off.
yeah. I like that.
But
I didn't take him
like-
until senior year.
But see, he was cutthroat. When he was grading, like he didn't believe in giving nobody the same grade.
Theory of relativity. That's what we used to call it.
Yeah, it was
It was
different.
like
He didn't
nobody.
do that with y'all.
No.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would do that. Was like somebody can make 100, somebody can make a 99. Like he would like rank you.
Yeah.
In order to grade you.
Yeah. That's wild.
And you did your project with a partner, which was even more.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's like
Yeah. They get an 87, but you got an 83.
Hey, Manny.
I had Ashton Como. Bro.
Shout out.
That was so frustrating.
Shout out Como.
That was so frustrating.
That's wild.
Because we would like, this is the irony. If me and him did something together, it would all kind of fall on me.
Dang.
But then as soon as we do an individual, we had to do like a solo one.
Yeah, eat.
Bro.
Yeah, eat.
Do
Like
way
that.
better than me. Like, what are you?
Why'd you? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had.
Because we spent most of the time socializing.
Yeah,
Honestly.
we did. We did. Too.
I didn't like. You go sit back there. You're supposed to be quote unquote working on something, bro. Just be
Come on.
more talking. 80% talk, 20% work.
Yeah, every time I had a partner, I always took over. But it was always like yeah, bro, so what we got to do? And I'm like, all right.
But you know what? That dude, shout out to my partner. Manny, that boy Manny. Me and Manny was a good team.
He held his own.
Because he was like, yeah, he did. Because he like knew the stuff. I was kind of like more imaginative. So it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. It was 50-50 for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't get that egg drop, man.
Yeah.
But you know, no, but you know, I will look back. Especially like I'm thinking like elementary, middle school. Them teachers really did care though.
They were older. They like knew your parents.
Like I still remember my teachers. The ones I remember, I know.
Yeah.
I like, man, they.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they
maybe
was
not y'all teachers. Mine did. Because I said they cared. They was older and they like knew our parents. But I was like, well, maybe y'all like teachers didn't, but mine did. I don't know. I didn't have y'all teachers, so I don't know.
My teachers knew my whole family. They be like,
Well, I'm gonna say my mom.
I was like, yo,
yeah,
Coach Ivory. Shout out to Coach Ivory.
Shout out to Coach
They
Ivory.
had to know.
Shout out to Coach Ivory. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
It was fun though, man.
It was fun.
I definitely think. Yeah, I want to get back to reading now. I feel a little bit more inspired.
You gotta do that, man. You gotta.
I guess I just gotta find a good book that'll get me because once I'm into a book that I like, I'm gonna actually want to spend my time getting through it.
Yeah, I got a few. Like I said, I got a few on my like that I.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna just start with what I got.
Yeah.
'Cause I got some.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to do this after I move because I'm definitely about to pack stuff.
Yeah, don't do it now. But I do like. I feel like that's something that we can get back to though. Like I've been wanting to get back to it. I feel like we kind of all just live life. So it's just like a thing.
It'll be good to have another book that we all read that we can like converse.
Because we inadvertently had a book club, man.
Yeah,
I did.
We would like wait to be like, okay, you finished this book. Oh boy, we need to talk about it.
And we would talk for like hours about one book, bro. Like when we got through The Alchemist, like oh my god,
that was multiple conversations.
I remember
like
I remember y'all talking about that.
We used to talk a lot on the phone.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, especially when we was reading. It was just, but we just had so much time. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is for me. I got a kid, but
I don't know what it is for me because I was working out back then too, so it wasn't like I don't know.
Yeah.
Also,
cool.
I think like back then, you know, I had so much like required reading. Like for school, that like leisure reading, like I guess I didn't make the time.
You ain't even had the capacity.
Man, I was just like, no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I started getting a little bit more grip in my schoolwork and stuff like that, that's when I started dipping off into the other stuff for sure.
I tried to read recreationally in college. It didn't. It would be a slow burn. I would get through some books though.
Yeah.
Because I would have long bus rides, so at the point you kind of get musiced out.
Yeah.
Like it took me forever to finish 48 Laws of Power, but I made it through that.
Yeah,
I never made it through.
I
got halfway through and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna finish this, bro." Because it was more like a lecture than it was like a book to just like enjoy.
You remember when I was telling you about the other book, that book I was telling y'all about? Where I was saying it was like
by
the grocery store.
Yeah. It was like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a story. It was, but see, what I liked about 48 Laws of Power. I must admit, I like learning random history stories. So the fact that they would give you an example of it from historical times, I did enjoy that.
Yeah, and it's funny because I had like so many books before the hurricane. And I think that also made me kind of like slow down on reading. Because at my peak of reading, I was reading like multiple books at one time.
Yeah, you were a multiple book guy.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I got to just read one at a time.
Yeah, my thing was like, and I think that's what burnt me out of it too, because it was like the books that I was reading, it was more of like, it wasn't entertaining. It was just for like my knowledge. It was just kind of like, I want to read this so I can like know more about this or whatever. But I like treated books like TV shows. It was like one day I read, a few pages, a chapter or two of this one. The next day I read this one. Like that's really how it was. But
interesting.
That probably burnt me out though.
Yeah, I was about to say because you be doing it. He be reading 3-4. But I don't know, bro. Because if I really like a book, I just want to read that book.
Yeah, I be locked in on that one book.
Yeah. The Cartel is what that book was called, by Ashley and Jaquavis. That was the book that like my daddy put me on, and it's like 6 of them right now, but I only read the first 2.
Yeah, see, I like that's the thing with me. I like a good series.
Yeah,
when it comes to books,
yeah,
like that used to be my whole though. Like I want to find a book, but I want it to be a series. So I can, like, go from 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah,
that's just me though.
Yeah, that one was really good. Like that one was like really, really good. I think I read that one on my phone too. That one was like really, really good. I enjoyed that one.
I can't do the phone read. It's hard for me.
Yeah, I was at work a lot.
I like physical.
Yeah, I do too. I got into like reading books on my phone because whenever I was working at Chase, I had a lot of downtime. Like it was a lot of times where we would just be sitting there. So I'd just be on my phone just reading instead of bringing the book. Because I brought a book one time and everybody just was like talking to me while I was reading. I was like, nah, I'm not.
It's like people want to talk to you when they see you read. I don't know why I do that.
And I was just like, bro, I'm never doing this again.
I get the feeling. I get the feeling.
But yeah, I just had a lot of downtime. So that's what I did. And then whenever I moved to Austin, I got into audiobooks because I literally like was on the road for most of that time. Like I had a 30-minute to 45-minute drive in the morning to work. I had an hour for lunch, so I'm not going home. So I was just like sitting in my car, listening to it on the way home. That's what I was listening to. I wasn't really like listening to a lot of music. So yeah, that's how I got into that. But then I was just like, man, I really, really like, just a physical book, just to hold it, you know what I'm saying? Write stuff down, have a bookmark. And, I ended up stopping like a few years ago.
I kind of respect the Kindles. The first time I saw somebody on the Kindle, because they make it resemble a page so much. Because that's what it be too with the screen. It kind of hurts your eyes a little bit, but the Kindle, they got that right, so it's a little bit more easier on the eyes to just look at.
Yeah.
But I
forgot about those.
Yeah, Kindle. That was big.
I'm about to say, if you, like I said, the real
readers.
Yeah.
The
page turners.
And they come with the little pencil thing,
stylus.
so you can the stylus. You can like write on the page and like keep your notes and stuff like that. I forgot all about that. I think Amazon bought those.
Back when I had an Android, Google had Google Read, on the Play Store back then, and like you could like download like PDFs, books. That's how I started the Game of Thrones series. The Song of Ice and Fire is the name of the book. Yeah, and I read that on the phone. I read that whole series up until we still waiting on the new book. But that's really the book I'm waiting on. That is a book I'm waiting on. The end of the Game of Thrones.
I forgot you read those.
Yeah, books. I read that. I read those.
I just watched the show.
I was about to say I never read that.
Yeah, I read
that. I've never been into those type of books.
Yeah. But
But the show is fire.
Yeah, but I watched like the first 3 seasons, then I like paused and I read the books, and then I finished the seasons, and it's good, man. It's really good. It's really good.
So you started off reading. You started off with the show and then stopped and was like, "Nah, let me read the book." And you finished the whole series of the books before you. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did that. But Google Read used to have like the first book for free because it's so old. The first book came out like in the 90s or something like that. So it was so old that it was free. Yeah, and that's when I first started it. But it used to be a lot of outlets for that stuff. I don't know where you go get it at now. Just Amazon, I guess, or whatever.
I'm pretty sure you can find it online somewhere.
Yeah, that too. That too.
But I know people that the real, like I said, page turners, they like to utilize the library because they read so much it just costs too much if they have to keep
buying books.
Buying books.
Yeah,
I had a library card up until like 3 years ago.
Man,
it was current until about I think Hurricane Harvey.
I need to get one for out here. I never had a library card. Can vote out here, but I don't have a library card.
I can vote.
That used to be a form of identification back in the day.
Your voter's card or your library card
used to be like a
because it's government issue. Technically,
it used to be a real thing you could present.
I'm not gonna lie. My last few years. Well, we used to use the library for they had DVDs, new DVDs.
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
So instead of like when Blockbuster was a thing, we just go to the library get some. That was like a thing we was able to do like on a Thursday, Friday, bro. My mama bring us there so we had some movies for the weekend.
That's crazy.
That was like now that I think about it, that was like a normal weekend for me to watch movies. Yeah, that we had got from the library. They got to go back Sunday. Got to put them in the Dropbox.
Dropbox.
But yeah, we used to. So we didn't do Blockbuster because that costs money. But they had always let us go to the library and get some movies. I did that for a while. Honestly,
did.
I was still doing that in high school. Like,
you did.
Make sure you turn the movies back.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I remember.
They got a nice DVD collection. Bro.
I'm about to say,
anything you kind of want to see, they pretty much got. Yeah, that's how I ended up watching so many movies, bro. Yeah, it just had so much. Then they would get newer stuff too.
Yeah,
like I guess they had a budget for it. They stayed abreast. I'd be shocked if I wonder if they still got that now though. Because
I'm about to say I've been to the Orange Library. I've been to the Orange Library one time in my whole life.
Oh wow!
I can't count how many times I've
ever.
Been there.
Like
last time I've been there is when I voted.
Yeah, see, I went there one time. And the time that I went there was because I needed a ride and I was waiting on my ride from LSCO. And so I was like, well, let me go into the library and see what's up. Yeah. Hop on a computer. But that was my first time. I just walked around, looked around. And I was like, oh, this is what people do here.
I used to be at the library a lot.
Yeah. They had a lot of resources over there.
Yeah.
I say then because sometimes you can get on the computer.
Yeah,
if you wanted to, that would always be a hot commodity.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That was.
That's when I had games you could play and stuff. Yeah, because I remember when we used to just go to the library because that's how we had always ended. Just get you some movies. But my mama, because they always had a paper in there too that you can just read for free.
That's
crazy. That library was set up pretty well too.
It was.
They had the kids section right
to the
left.
Yeah, right when you walk.
That's when I used to read the Sports Illustrated Kids magazine. Yeah, I loved it because when they had the cover athlete, they asked some questions, and they always ask your pregame meal. Some of them brothers had like fried chicken, mac and cheese, cornbread. Looking back, I was like, bro, that's a wild pregame.
That's crazy.
That's
As an NBA player, where you about to be running up and down.
Oh Lord, no.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But you know, people was built
Yeah.
different.
The game was different.
Your game was
The game.
way different.
But yeah, I remember that, man. We used to be in that thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, if nothing else we was on, it's hey, let's go get some movies from the library.
Yeah.
That'd be the thing we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
But
looking
yeah,
into it, man.
That
That's
would
crazy.
kind of take care of us for the weekend. Like we just
Yeah.
like, oh, we got to finish all the movies. Because at one point, I think you can get maybe 2, 3. But you can get 3
At a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
bro. We used to get movies all the time. That's why I've seen so many movies
Yeah.
because of the library. Like any kids movie, like Air Buds. I've seen all the Air Buds, all the Shreks, everything, bro.
I remember my first time seeing Shrek
I had to
was
flip through them. They had all the covers on everything. You said the first time you seen Shrek was when?
when we was in elementary school in Miss May class. She played it 2nd grade. And that was the first time like I heard a cartoon curse. Donkey said ass and everybody bust out laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was the whenever they first got to the castle and they played the little thing and it was the little thing, the puppets came up and they was like singing a song whenever they first got there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, wipe your hands, wipe your face.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it was, I remember all of that.
I know the song. Now.
Yeah.
Anytime I ever think about Shrek, I don't even know which number it was, but I think it was the gingerbread guy or somebody talking. It was like, do you know the Muffin Man? Like, I think about that little skit, that little thing a lot. Because it was like, no, not that one. The one on, like, they was naming streets and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I like I don't know. It was well written. Like, they just had the fairy tale world.
Yeah.
Like everything you ever heard about.
Yeah. That was,
But they wove in like real world stuff.
yeah.
It was really, I'm going to go watch that again.
I was gonna say, I know they got kind of weird at the end, but I know I like
Them
the first two.
Them first two.
Yeah,
fire.
the first two was good. The third one, they had the triplets. And it was like, it started getting kind of like,
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's funny, the fairy tale. We can like end after this, but there's a show called Once Upon a Time, and they got like 8 seasons right now. That is a great show.
Really?
That is a great show. My sister put me on that show like a few years ago.
Y'all never be putting me on those shows.
Cause we don't have the same taste in shows and stuff.
For sure.
You know what? I'm a post this list in the group chat today. I got a little list of like all the little shows. Once upon a time on there, like top shows.
Yeah.
And it's like a good 40 of them with like rankings and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you seen Once Upon a Time?
I haven't seen it, but I saw it on the list. I'm
Bro,
gonna check it out.
it's a great show. It's basically based off of all of the fairy tale stuff, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and stuff like that. But it's based in like real time, and it's a town of all of. I was about to say it's just I'm gonna give you the gist of it, but it's just a town full of people.
What's that on?
Right now it might not be. Yeah, it's on Hulu actually.
Peacock?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
I think it is on Hulu.
Yeah, all of the seasons on Hulu.
Hulu like that.
You know what? Because I was just watching Fargo. I watched the 4th season, and that's an anthology series, so you can watch any season.
Yeah.
I watched season 4 because they had the black people, but I saw Once Upon a Time a lot on there.
Fargo, I started watching Fargo and I couldn't get into it. I didn't know what it was about.
It's kind of.
But yeah, Once Upon a Time, watch that. Like I would watch it over. One of y'all got Hulu?
I got Hulu.
Yeah. You got Hulu?
Yeah. I kick somebody off. I got somebody that need to go.
All right, bet. I ain't gonna ask no questions. Just send me the stuff.
Yeah, I sent you.
But yeah, I'll watch that mug over because I think, like I said, I think it got like 8 seasons right now. I stopped at season 6 because they were like making or writing the new season, and then I never got back to it. It's a great show.
I love getting put on to a show with a lot of seasons.
Yeah,
Because if I like it, then that mean bet.
Yeah.
Compared if you show me a show that only got like 1 season.
Yeah.
And that's how I started watching so many shows when Netflix first came out, and I was just in college with a lot of time.
Yeah. That's how I got into Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I was just running through series.
Yeah.
That was the only one I didn't watch.
Breaking Bad?
Oh no, I did. Oh, I didn't like that. I was thinking the Prison Break. Or is that what that was?
Oh, I didn't watch Prison Break.
Well, I watched Prison Break.
I didn't watch Prison
You know, it's
Break.
funny. I watched Prison Break, but I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I seen Breaking. I didn't like Breaking Bad. I just finished it because I was in it.
Yeah, Breaking Bad is really good. Breaking Bad is a good show. I watched on Netflix. I watched Breaking Bad. I watched something else. I never got into like the Better Call Saul, which was like the spinoff. I never got into that.
It was such a task for me to finish Breaking Bad. I left it alone.
Yeah, I didn't. I never did that.
I think Prison Break and Arrow was the ones I was on really hard.
See, I watched Arrow, Flash.
I never watched Arrow, but I watched Flash.
Arrow good first 3 seasons. Like the
Arrow good. It probably went longer than it should have.
Yeah, it went.
Storylines.
I can't get
super
into
duper
it.
deep.
Yeah.
But I liked Arrow because it was like the opposite of Flash. Flash was like more
uppy and like happy and bright.
Even the way they filmed it, it was physically brighter.
Yeah.
They were more happy go lucky. It wasn't as graphic. Arrow, bro, they had some real deep, dark traumas and stuff.
Yeah, see, even when they did like the crossover
episodes, because it was that like with Supergirl.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. DC, they ain't the greatest with movies, but they got some shows, bro.
It's the same, bro. I say that all the time. DC trash with movies, but it seemed like they put their budget and their writers on the shows, and it's really good. And then Marvel is like the exact opposite. They TV shows is trash.
Yeah, I don't never
except for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was fire.
I never got too deep into it. I literally maybe watched the first episode.
I watched like 3 maybe.
I watched all the way up to probably like season 6.
Well, see, I watched all of Marvel stuff. Yeah. Well, outside Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, it's definitely the movies.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I got into a lot of stuff because of Netflix. Because it used to be so good, you could just click on something. It was like probably going to be a hit. That's how I got into Vampire Diaries.
Well, when Netflix first came out,
you didn't like Vampire Diaries?
I never got into it. I think Black was trying to get me on it. And I watched the first couple episodes, and then I got into Grey's Anatomy.
I think I had got burnt out with vampires, like just the whole
because Vampire
Twilight,
all that stuff. True
and that had a spinoff. Then iZombie, iZombie was really good.
I wasn't into that one.
Where before?
Walking Dead.
And they did a lot of zombie stuff too.
Yeah, they did a whole lot of zombie stuff. When The Walking Dead came out, it just seemed like they opened a zombie floodgate, bro. It was just.
And you know what's funny? Not just TV, the video game genre too adopted a lot of like survival horror zombie. You're like, bro, I'm tired of that. You know what I'm saying? So But back then, before all the networks got involved and Netflix had everything, you couldn't miss.
Yeah, you couldn't.
What was Polo?
Oh, Marco Polo?
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
And it'd be like, I didn't know like so many people live the way I live because I just click on something. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Then I hear other people like Marco Polo. I didn't think nobody else would even know that one.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
That was a popular show because it had about 2-3 seasons.
Didn't watch that. The Sopranos wasn't on there, but that's a show that I had to go back and watch. That was really good.
I'm still trying to work my way through The Wire.
It's okay, man. Just keep going.
What
season you on?
He don't know.
I know. I'm on the first season.
Oh. If you having a hard time, man, that second season going.
The Wire is slow, bro. The Wire is slow.
But it's beautiful. That's why I love it.
It's very slow.
I love it but it has action. But it's like the action is justified.
I'm about to say, normally when you recommend me something, I like it for the most part.
Well,
because I know I still want to get to Yellowstone. I'm trying to finish Suits up now.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish. Oh yeah, I've been having a hard time. Not hard time, like it's hard to get through. It just.
I was being surprised.
That's my end of the night show. That's my end of the night show.
Same.
Yeah. So. I fall asleep on a lot of episodes, but I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I fall asleep on it, but I know. Like
I would say, I at least go back on the episode I fell asleep on and just start there.
But nah, man.
Read, man.
Read.
See how that happened.
Yeah,
but
that's what we went to.
But you see how it influences taste. All that stuff. Go read, man. That's the theme of this one. Go read, man.
I'm definitely gonna start reading, man, and get back into it because they kind of make you like stop and just kind of like,
bro. Yeah, that's what I like about it. It forced you to have stillness.
Exactly.
So I'm definitely gonna do that, man. That might become a part of my like bedtime routine.
And
I need a bedtime routine.
You ain't going. You just fall asleep.
Savage.
I watch a little TV and go get into bed, but still, I need something a little bit more engaging and active.
Yeah, it's just like kind of what I was going back to when I was talking about earlier. Just like those moments of stillness I've been having. It's like you got to put positive things in those,
Oh yeah, in those moments.
sections. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
reading can definitely be one. It should be one actually. So.
Yeah, it don't need to be the phone.
Yeah, I'm about to say because that's what it is for people nowadays.
It's just the phone.
Just lay there on the phone till you fall asleep, till you can't keep your eyes open.
Just absorbing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But go read, man. Go read, man. Go read.
This has been episode 124. A transferable experience. Like always, remember to do all the things on all the things, and go hit up Barnes and Nobles, see what they got there,
or half price books if you can't afford it.
Or there's a lot of like thrift store that you have like $1.
I used to know a website where you can get books for really cheap, but they was like they be slightly used.
Yeah, they be slightly used. Go read, man.
Yeah.
Until next time.